This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Well, I thought our team played great defense. I mean, Slavens picked 3 balls out of the dirt. Johnny made a nice play up the middle. Slavens picked the ball out of the dirt. Stovall made a nice play, spun around. Slavens picked one out of the dirt. We didn't make any mistakes. Tonight was one of those nights. Grass is wet, ball's flying a little bit. We're trying to close the game with 2 freshmen, and we hung in there. McIntyre gave us everything he had. He got up to 90 pitches. I felt like when I took him out that he was tired, and he looked tired, and he didn't fight me at all. And I just felt like that. Fouch would come in, and honestly, they have a hard time elevating on him, and he just jumped fastball in about 95 and hit it out of the park, and they were back in the game. But great job by our offense. Callie fouls off a couple of pitches, gets a breaking ball, gets a base hit with 1 out, and McLaughlin, I'm thinking in my head, man, this guy doesn't have a home run yet. This would be a perfect time for it. And he hit a wall scraper, a line drive that just got out. That was big. That's when, as a coach, you start thinking, okay, maybe this is our night. But proud of our team, especially after it went last week. It was a rough week, and we're going into the 3rd game tomorrow, and we've already won the series. Now we just got to figure out how we're going to pitch it.
Dave, what did you think about how opportunistic you were there in that 4th inning with the Slavens triple and some other funky stuff that happened that inning?
Well, he hit the bag, got a triple instead of an easy out. I mean, it's crazy how things work sometime. But we laid down a couple of bunts. We advanced some runners. We sack fly in. I think, what did we bunt a guy in? The old school small ball. I've had teams that played that a little bit. It's been a while. And, especially down in the order there, we needed to play it. Those guys, they're more defenders than they are offensive guys, and turn it over the top. And, it was just good the way we just kept passing it down the line, and everybody did their job, whether it was a bunt or, putting the bat on the ball to drive in a run with an out, just try to build up a little bit of a lead, which we knew wasn't safe at all. They have a really good lineup, and, but that was a good inning for us, the 4th.
How would you assess Tigers' first game back?
Yeah. I think he threw about right at 20 pitches, wasn't it? Yeah. 20 on the nose, and thought his stuff was good. I don't know if the board is right. I don't like to look at the board. I looked up one time, saw 94. Breaking ball is usually always good. And, I don't know if he threw much else. He's got a good changeup now, and got a 2 seams that takes off, but I just wanted to see him go out there and compete and kind of get his feet wet again, and, kind of give us a little bit of hope, honestly. And, next week, maybe he can go 2, maybe he'll go 3, maybe he'll go 35 pitches or something. So we'll see how it goes. But anytime we have an opportunity to, get him out there, we're going to. But tonight we just did not want him coming in relief to get up, get down. He needed to know he's pitching, come in, get his 20 pitches, and get out of there.
Coach, when you guys were 4-game losing streak coming in, and now you've secured a series win, just with all the injuries and everything that's been going on, just how satisfying is it to play the way you guys had the last couple of days?
I mean, last night's win was so big for us because we knew we were at least going to win one with all that's going on, but it also just gives you confidence. Kind of interesting how it all works. And, and then tonight you come out and we know we're going to throw, our pitcher 1 inning, and then we're going to bring in McIntyre, who got roughed up last week. And, he comes out and he's throwing the cutter and getting them out. And you could kind of just see the momentum, like, hey, we can win this game. And our hitters, I thought they did a great job. I mean, I think it's, how you pronounce it, Aschenbeck, is that how you say it? I mean, he hadn't really given up anything all year. He's had 14 appearances and no starts, 6-0. Lefties are hitting like $150 off of him, and righties are hitting like 220, something like that. And you're kind of going, wow. And our guys, they fouled off pitches and fought him. And and, they got some hits and drove in some runs, and they just did a great job. And it's like every time they scored, if you look at the box score, we scored every time. And we wouldn't give them the momentum. And they had it for half an inning there in the seventh. And then we mashed it in the bottom of the seventh with the home run. And that was big.
You moved Slavens up from 7 to 6, and I think the top 6 hitters in your order combined for 10 of your hits. Was the idea to maybe just bunch up your top hitters and just see if you can do some damage with that group?
The idea was to get, Detmer's. If you look at his numbers, lefties get him. If you make him throw it over the plate, and the umpire isn't giving him that arm side fastball away, you can get his pitch count up. So I basically, like last night, I didn't want 3 lefties in a row with their lefty. I wanted a righty mixed in there. Tonight, it was really didn't matter. I wanted to get every lefty I could, and I actually pulled the lefty before he even got an at bat. I felt bad about it, but talked to him about it and told him your time's coming. The kid doesn't have an SEC at bat, and it was, thank goodness that Hunter Grimes with 2 strikes got a sac fly, because I was really starting to feel pretty bad if that wouldn't have come through there. But yeah, that tonight was all about lining up the lefties against Detmer, and one switch in there.
With the way McIntyre threw starting in the second inning, do you envision using him like this going forward with an opener, be it Tigert or somebody else?
Well, when you say going forward, I would say, and yeah, at least for the next few weeks, or next week anyway, because Tigert, we got to build his pitch count up and see if that's what we want to continue to do, is start him. I mean, we're kind of running out of options. So I guess he would be the starter. And we, like Fouch tonight, he's been really good. And last week against Georgia, they hit 3 ground balls in the ninth that went through. I mean, just one of them goes to somebody. You'd think maybe it changes when we win the game. And he just had a rough night. And I told him after the game, I said, "You're going to pitch again tomorrow if you feel good." He was really upset with himself, but he's got good stuff. Big, strong kid. And, I see those guys being able to pitch in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So maybe we can leave Tigert as a starter if it works out.
Taking a guess based on the arms you have available still, is Ben Bybee your starter tomorrow?
No.
Do you know who your starter is tomorrow?
No, but he won't be Ben Bybee.
Okay.
Dave, people might look at the final score and say, "Oh, well, Arkansas pounded them," but that 7th inning got pretty tense. I mean, they cut the lead, bases are loaded, and just how big was that? Wood fighting, figuring a way to get out of that.
Well, it was the game. If they catch us there, if they get a base hit and tie it, man, it's gut wrenching. That we're 1 out away from going into the next inning with a 4-run lead, and there's a walk, bring in somebody and give up a 2-run homer. And then next thing you know, they got the bases loaded. If they get a hit there and tie it or take the lead, it's 2 nights in a row where we've got that feeling again, like, oh man, this is unbelievable. But Wood came through, throw some good pitches, some breaking balls there, and got a little bit of a high carry fastball that, it's pretty effective. And, we felt like 6 outs is what we wanted him to get at the most. He ended up getting 7, but it worked out.
And then, am I understanding right? You had a feeling McLaughlin was going to hit a home run?
No,
You're just wishing he did.
Yeah, I said I knew that he hadn't hit a home run this year, and I was thinking this would be a perfect time for it. And they threw him a first pitch fastball knee high, probably down the middle end, and he let it fly, and he hammered it.
Any kind of update on Dylan Carter?
The first update is a good update, and then but he's going to go get an MRI with dye in it on Monday, just to double check and make sure everything's right. And if it comes back clean, then you may see him again this year. Mm-hmm.
What about on Josenberger? Have you got an update on him?
And just that, I still don't know. I mean, those injuries like that, it's so unpredictable, especially with a guy that's a runner. He's getting to work out every day. He's being worked on 2 and 3 times a day, maybe 4. But I mean, I don't see him playing next weekend.
Your home record's really good this year, and I know it is, most years for you guys, but what about this team? Do you think, why are they so confident here? Do you,
They played really well here. I can list a couple of teams right off the top of my head that did not play well here. 2009, we didn't play well here. 2022, we didn't play well here as sometimes we played on the road. This year, they play well. They field here, they hit. I don't know. Just the way it is. The crowd was great tonight too. It wasn't a huge crowd for here, but it was a really good crowd, and it was loud. I mean, they made some noise. We appreciate it.
do you think coming out of the bullpen for Will settled him down at all?
We like Will out of the bullpen. I think it's, some guys, maybe you think about it all week, and the night before you don't sleep much and come out and pitch. You come out of the pen. It's a little different feeling, but he knew he was going to come in today. So, but maybe just a different feeling for him. The end of the first, jogs in, pitches. His first inning, which was the second inning, he was okay. After that, I thought he was really good. It's like he got looser and better, and he had some good innings in there in the middle.
You had to use so many of your top guys last night. I mean, if he didn't go a while for you today, it maybe could have gone sideways for you guys this weekend. Just how big was that to the way the rest of the week works out?
Yeah, we've used, the guys we've been using on the weekends, we've used most of them already. And, last night we just said it's 5-5, we're going for it. And, Smith came through and did an incredible job. We got a big hit, and obviously it carried over tonight. And we thought, we don't know we're pitching on Saturday yet, game 3. So if we have an opportunity to win it tonight, no matter what the score is, we're going to try to win it. You never know what's going to happen in this game tomorrow. We might score 20, they might score 20. You don't know. So you have an opportunity to just go for it.
And then one more for me. Caleb Kelly, he's hitting like close to 400 during the month of April. How much has he helped offset not having Wagner there in the middle of the lineup?
Well, that's a real easy question. He's been great. We knew he could hit. He got off to a slow start. He hit all fall. He more than anything, we just wanted to see him continue to get better on the defensive side because we knew he was going to hit. And like I said many a time, he hit in January, hit in early February. When the game started, it just didn't happen. And then it was in and out and up and down. And finally, you could see it coming about a month ago. We're like, okay. And, the last couple of weeks, he's been our best hitter, him and Jace. They've just stayed steady.
BetOnline.ag is your #1 source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. Basketball, MLB, NHL hockey, right down to UFC and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games you can play right from your home. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's BLEAV. BLEAV. Bet Online, where the game starts.